Hello everyone, welcome to session 39, the Trail Guy here. And today I'm really excited to have a super ultra marathon runner, female ultra marathon runner, and I will be interviewing her and I'll introduce her in a few minutes. But before we get to that, I'm going to give everyone the quote for this session. 80% of success is psychology and only 20% is mechanics. Today we have a woman, Lori Herron, her name is. She has done 19 ultra marathons. Since 2011, she's done 400 milers, 100K. She did 100 miler in 2011, 2 in 2012, and she did 100K in I believe in 2011 again. 100 miler in Zion, it's a new one in Utah, and another one in the Bighorn in 2013. So we're very busy. And back in 2011, Lori did the Rim to Rim, the Grand Canyon, which is an exciting race. So I'm really excited. Oh, one more thing I want to mention. She did a 24-hour Easter Seal relay as a solo. And in 2012, 103 miles she covered in 23 hours and 20 minutes. She's 53 years of age and her accomplishments are just unparalleled. And not only in Canada, I think in the States. So I'm really excited to have her, ask her a few questions and for her to share her insights and experience. So I'll just get her in here. Lori.
Mike,
yeah.
thank you so much.
Oh, welcome.
For having me.
Oh, great that you could come in here.
My pleasure.
Appreciate your time and everything. So to just get started, could I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay. First question I have, what got you into trail running?
Well, I was a road runner to begin with.
Yes.
Doing marathons. I started running when I was 38. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do a marathon before I turned 40, which I did. And after a number of years of road running, 20 marathons,
yes.
I decided to try the trails. It seemed intimidating at first.
Yes.
My first trail run, I'll never forget, Mike, because it was with you.
Oh.
In January of 2006, out at Gallon Todd.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
and I was hooked.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, cool, cool. Okay, so, and that was, you were at what age were you then?
Then I would have been 46.
46 then,
Yeah.
okay. And now, and then, is that how you discovered your passion for trail running, or did it build up over the time?
No, I loved it right from
the start. Eh?
Yeah. It was just absolutely wonderful to be in those trails,
yes.
and not nearly as intimidating as I had imagined.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Now, what is trail running to you, and why is it so important?
Trail running is very important to me. There's I guess it's almost like a spiritual and emotional connection to being out in those amazing trails in the forest.
Yes.
It's lovely. It's very soothing. Very recharges me. Mm-hmm. And another fantastic thing about it is the wonderful people in the ultra running community.
Oh, that's for sure. Yes.
Really, they're just very supportive, and I find that very much at races
yes.
that I've been to. It's again just a very inclusive community, mm-hmm. right from the very elites.
Yes.
Gary Robbins. Just very welcoming.
Yeah, it is, and I found that too, and if you agree with me, even when I first noticed too, is that you go to even the aid stations and everyone's so enthusiastic, the volunteers.
Absolutely,
they're
amazing volunteers.
So supportive.
I think that they want to see you succeed,
yes.
and they're there. When you think about those aid station volunteers, they're out there all night for you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're not just, they're exceptional, they really are.
Yeah, cool, yeah, it is. Okay, now, and what is the single most important thing you've learned about trail running?
Many things, but I have been thinking that probably patience. Mm-hmm. Patience is the greatest factor perhaps in an ultra race.
Yes. Is that in the race itself or in the training, in both?
I think both.
Both,
I think
yes.
both. Yeah, yeah. It takes a long time to build an ultra base, if you want to call it that, and you're pacing when you're out there. Pacing, patience, that all kind of goes together.
Yeah. Well, you know, this comes to mind now after you say patience.
Yeah.
Now, you just did, we talked earlier before we got on air, that you did a 12-hour run yesterday, and you look so fresh now and everything. Is it, to me, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but it's because of your patience and smart training. I mean, you don't look haggard. Like a lot of people look haggard after a long run or something.
Yeah.
And I believe in smart training, and would you agree with that? Like
I
smart
agree.
training opposed to hard training?
Yeah, I think so, Mike. And I think that what people have to consider is that when you go out to do an ultra, whether it be a 50-kilometer, a 50-mile, or a 100-mile, whatever you're taking on, is that you don't need to beat yourself up out there. Sometimes that old adage of less is more, that could easily translate into ultra running.
That's
I
it,
agree.
Because I noticed that again last year you did so many ultras and 100-milers and everything, and I've heard that from other people saying, but boy, we looked at Lori after and she just looks, she doesn't look haggard or tired or anything. It's just so strong.
Right, yeah. And again, I think it is that whole pacing thing, and don't, keep in mind too that it's taking me 30 hours plus, depending on the course. But it's taking me 30 hours to complete my 100 miles, and there's other people that are doing it in 18 or 20 hours, and so there's a little more pressure there, right? For myself, I really try not to put pressure. I try not to put a time goal on my 100-mile race. I just want to finish it. And I feel extremely satisfied with being able to accomplish that.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, what got you to where you are today in trail running?
You know what, I think again, it's just been a matter of a gradual process of kind of those layers of starting with the road running, and then your group, like your trail running clinics that we did for so long. And then getting out and doing the 50-kilometer races, then the 50-mile races, and so I think that it's just a really slow, gradual process.
I see. Yeah, sure. Now, what was your biggest problem for you to be, what are you doing with your trail running now or training that the average trail runner is not?
I think, and I don't know if the average trail runner is doing it or not, but sometimes I go out, Randy and I will go out for a whole day of power hiking.
Oh, yes.
So we basically aren't doing any running, but what we're doing is we're picking areas that are very technical. They've got a lot of elevation change, ascending and descending, and we might spend 7 or 8 hours out and not do any running, although it might be a runnable area, but we're power hiking, and I don't, like I said, I don't know if other folks are doing
that's
that
interesting.
in their training.
Okay, interesting approach. Okay, and what do you like to do the most in your training?
My training that I like the most is what we did yesterday,
Yes.
and that would be to go out and explore new areas, new trails.
Okay, yes.
I really, really enjoy that.
You do
a
that.
lot.
Oh, cool. Okay. Now, over the time, have you had anything that you've done and you felt was a waste of time and you wish you didn't do it or anything, or like you've been experimenting or anything? Anything?
Nothing.
Not really, not. Because
No.
everything's sort of being a benefit to your training.
I think so.
Okay. Now, what powers you, or what is your fuel that propels you to do your best effort?
Okay, well, I really like steel cutouts.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about a breakfast?
What powers you or gets you charged up and everything? Do you have any sort of ritual or anything that really gets you inspired to get out there, get up early in the morning to go out for, like you did yesterday, for 12 hours?
Okay, well, no, other than the fact that, again, it's a passion that I have.
Yes.
And I enjoy doing it so much that it's never a chore to get out of bed early and walk out your door at 6 a.m. or whatever. you need to do to go and do your big long run.
I see,
No, I
okay.
absolutely love it.
Great. And what makes you different or unique from other trail runners? Or female trail runners, or just any runners?
Yeah. I don't know if there is anything.
Yeah.
I've thought about that, and I don't know. I don't think I'm exceptional or different
Yes.
from anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the distance running has really suited me for whatever reason.
Yes. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Now, what has been the toughest experience you've had in an ultra race?
That would probably be Zion this year. That was
Yes.
in April.
Yes.
And of the 600 milers I've done, this was the first time that I've experienced any physical, I don't want to call them ailments, but basically physical roadblocks. I developed some really severe blisters
Okay.
on my feet, as well as probably for, gosh, I'm going to say close to 40 or 50 miles I was battling pretty significant nausea.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't get that problem kind of resolved until about 2 a.m. So that was, well into the race, over 18 hours, I guess, into the race. And once I got that kind of under control,
Yes.
it was just the blisters to contend with. But those things can interfere in a huge way with
Yeah.
your 100-mile race.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what does it take, do you think, to be a good trail runner?
I want to say patience again.
Patience
I
again.
do,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Okay.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay. Now it's Saturday or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Your long run day. What are you having for breakfast?
Oh, my steel cutouts.
Yes.
And I usually put like some almonds and dates and maybe some coconut on top. And I'll have like maybe a banana with peanut butter on
Yes.
it too.
Okay.
So that's my food.
All right. Cool. Okay. Now, what has been the biggest highlight so far of your running career so far?
Oh, that's this fantastic thing that Randy and I did in May of 2011, I think it was.
Yes.
2011. We did from the south rim of the Grand
Oh,
Canyon
yes. Yes.
to the north rim and then back to the south rim. It wasn't an actual sanctioned event. It was
Yes.
just something that the two of us went and did.
Okay.
So it was 48 miles.
Mhm.
And it was just absolutely amazing.
Oh, cool.
Amazing.
Nice.
Very cool.
Wow. Now, what's your advice for aspiring trail runners? Let's say they want to get into it, or
Just start really, really easy. Like even get out into some trails and again do some power hiking.
yes,
Go with a group,
yes,
and there's lots of encouragement and positive reinforcement.
yes.
And I think that's a great way to get started.
Good, good. Okay. Now, a couple of fun questions. We might have to do a two-part, but I'm going to start you out here. Okay. If you could have any one superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. This is a tough one, but I would have to say, gosh, if I could make everything good and right and wonderful for people I love.
Oh, cool. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Now, who are your heroes, or do you have a hero?
Oh, I have so many heroes. I have so many heroes.
Yeah.
So many. Evan Fagan,
Okay.
your beautiful wife Annabelle, Linda Tyrell,
Yes.
wonderful people. I love people who have been inactive or sedentary,
Yes.
and they decide that they want to do something wonderful,
Yes.
and they make the decision, take the courage to start walking,
Mhm.
and then translate that maybe into a run.
Yes.
Those are my heroes.
Good. And we're going to do a part two out here because we only
Sure.
have 15 minutes. So I'm going to
Okay.
pause for now, you guys, and we're going to do a part two. Okay.